beloveds, welcome to a commentary channel. My name is Jem, Jem. I'm a psychic medium and an author of over 20 books available on Amazon, and I'm a truth seeker channeler. I also want to let you know I'm a widow, and my husband Rob, who passed, he died a horrible death. He died in 2020. 9 months later, my dog Jimmy died. He was only 6 and he died a horrible death. Now Rob, my husband who died, was only 38. But anyway, let's get on to today's video. Did I die in 2020? A survivor's journey through suicide, shifting timelines, and spiritual awakening. And I want to warn you, there is a suicide theme. So please be warned, and if that raises concerns, do not watch the video. So this video discusses suicide, trauma, and overdose. If this raises concerns or you need support, please reach out to a crisis line in your area, because you matter. You are not alone. In 2020, I should have died, not metaphorically, physically. I was in a place of such deep emotional pain, triggered by violence, trauma, and years of exhaustion. I was an addict, a drug addict. I'd been a drug addict since 2004, addicted to one of the hardest drugs, meth. But at the time, Rob was sick. We didn't know he was sick, and he was doing domestic violence. So I swallowed 40 Lyrica. The Lyrica were 150 meg each, and I swallowed 60 to 80 Largactil, and the Largactil dose was 100 meg each. I knew what I was doing. And then nothing, blackness. It was early in the morning, January 2020. I barricaded my bedroom door with my 2 dogs, Sahara and Jimmy, beside me. I was tired of everything: pain, addiction, domestic violence. I had COPD, GORD, high blood pressure, and had been on meth since 2004. I swallowed what should have been a fatal dose, and I disappeared into darkness. Rob, my husband, found me hours later. He didn't call an ambulance. He himself was very sick, septic. This was leading up to before he was hospitalized and died. Another person in the house asked him if help should be called. Rob said no. But apparently I called out during that coma-like state. I cried for my mother. I said my father was hurting me because he did abuse me as a child, and I've got videos about it. At the time, I was 60 years old, yet something had reached deep into my childhood. Waking up in a new reality. When I finally came to, 3 days later, I couldn't walk. I couldn't talk properly. I whispered for an ice block. I needed help urinating. My body felt like a newborn, like I'd re-entered life. But something was off. Sahara, my dog, who had once been vicious, a couple of years later is now loving and calm and gentle. My husband Rob died shortly after. My other dog, Jimmy, passed too. And I began experiencing every Mandela effect I've ever read about. I couldn't shake the feeling. What if I died and woke up in a different timeline? A place where things aren't quite the same, where Rob and the dogs are still alive, just somewhere else. Why did I survive? Medically speaking, I shouldn't be here. Lyrica or pregabalin in large doses causes respiratory failure, coma, or death. Largactil chlorpromazine, it's CHLORPROMAZINE, can suppress your central nervous system and lower blood pressure to fatal levels. 3 days, no hospital care, and yet no long-term brain damage, no liver failure, no heart complications, just awakening. The spiritual layer. Maybe I was given a second chance, or maybe this is a new reality altogether. Since childhood, I've been psychic. In my 40s, I began channeling my messages. In this new timeline, my gifts deepened, my awareness expanded. I feel as though I returned with a mission to help others heal. A passage from my books. Let me read from my book, Seeing the Spirituality Behind the Negativity, a Menu for the Game of Life. Suicide is not weakness. It is a soul calling for silence in the only language it knows. The light does not punish those who fall. It reaches for them. I believe I was reached for. Perhaps you are being reached for too. This story isn't about death. It's about rebirth, second chances, and awakening. And if you are hurting, please stay. We don't always know what the next chapter holds. This has been a really hard video for me to make. It reminds me of how bad my marriage to Rob lasted 16 years before he died. He was so septic, he didn't know what he was doing. And I just had enough. And I decided one day, this morning, I would barricade myself in. And I took all those medications. Please hear me out. Don't do it. Your life matters. Your life matters. Please cherish every moment. You don't realize there's people who love you. I'm loved. Thank you for watching this really hard video. Please, if you need help, ask for it. That's not weak, asking for help. I understand pain. I've been there. But have I now woken up to a new reality where I've lost my husband and my favourite dog, and Sahara is changed? I've experienced every Mandela effect that is possible. Every Mandela effect. And I should know, at high school, I studied apartheid, and I learned about Steve Biko, and I learned about Mandela, and for me, he did die in the 1980s. How I've reconciled him being a president and dying 2013, I'll just put down to drug addiction. But everything feels off to me. I feel like maybe I'm dead, and maybe Rob is alive, hopefully in a different alternative reality. He's alive, and I hope he's happy, and the dogs too. Thanks for watching. Please take care of each other and yourself. Love, light, and blessings. Goodbye.